What's so funny, TSM?
I've been raising awareness, protecting the kids. Homie, you know what it is. It's college protecting against a disaster. In case a disaster come here, that's what I said. In case you ain't here, get the blessing all these children. Against violence and disaster, we protecting all these children. We are the children protection. We are the world's protection. We are the children protection. We are the world's projection. We are the children protection. We are the world's projection. We are the children protection. We are the world's projection.
This is going to be just a recording, you guys. I wanted to talk to you. You guys, I want to first apologize because you're never supposed to celebrate when somebody is doing bad. And I dropped the ball on that and I laughed at Kelvin Hunter. I apologize because I shouldn't be laughing. So I did the story, but I didn't let it, release it because I felt bad about laughing at him. We're not really supposed to be laughing at other people's calamities and things like that. But Wendy Williams had a huge win when it came to Kelvin Hunter because he actually went to court and the judge said that his situation was not an emergency. And I kind of feel like, with all the stuff that Kelvin Hunter was posting, saying that he had multiple businesses and he had support, that the judge might have seen that and determined that, dude, you're not in a bad straits. Not only that, the judge probably could have said, okay, when you settled with your wife, you left with $10+ million. Not only that, you sold that $700,000 home that you bought Sharina Hudson, and then you got a portion of the $1.7 million from the New Jersey home. So the judge is probably looking at, there's no way possible that you're broke, especially with all the money that you ended up, with, and then you were getting alimony, on top of that. So you should have accomplished something. So I'm pretty excited about them saying no, because enough is enough. Wendy has been through a lot. She's still trying to recover. And the judge said, absolutely not. Another thing, he also tried to have Wendy Williams' estate pay for the high-powered attorneys that he hired for himself to represent himself. And they said, absolutely not. You have to pay for your own legal fees. So I'm I'm kind of interested in how he's going to pay these attorneys, because if you say you didn't have any money, you couldn't do all these things like pay your property dues. You couldn't afford insurance. Let's see, you can't afford your car insurance and all these number of things. How is it that you can have the guts to hire a high-powered attorney? There was no guarantee, Kelvin, that they were going to award you that. So I'm very, very interested, and I'm wondering how he's going to pay that debt off. So they said that he has to go to mediation in order to settle his differences. And I kind of feel like they're not going to give him anything, because I think he has pretty much shown everybody, the world, that the only thing that he wants is more of Wendy's money, and he will do anything to get it, to take care of his child's mother. I'm not going to disrespect her, because you know what? At the end of the day, it is what it is. They both, made their beds. Now they both have to lie in it. So, I know we can say a lot of things and get emotional and talk about people we don't know, but at the same time, I don't know possibly how she could feel good about herself. I don't understand this new culture of women. You mess with a married man and you got him. Okay, you got him. And now, what are you guys going to do now? You thought by hooking on to Kelvin that you was going to get a free ride off of Wendy's money, and that she was going to continue to let you ride off of her back, and it didn't happen. So as I said yesterday, now you have this baby journey, and of course this story is going to follow this child for years to come. I'm interested in seeing how the child fares with knowing her parents' activities are all in the media. So you guys, with that being said, don't forget to hit that like button, that post notification bell, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more upcoming stories. I just wanted to throw that out there because, everybody is watching very closely, because we don't think that this man deserves not one dime. The arrogance alone and the narcissism alone is like, it takes me back. I mean, this man will do whatever it takes to try to sink his hands into Wendy's fortune, whether or not she makes money. And I think that if she makes money doing something other than the Wendy Williams show, he should not be entitled. You're a single man now. You got a whole nother family. You need to be responsible and take care of that family yourself. I don't understand the mindset where he thinks that Wendy should help him take care of a woman, that clearly has failed multiple businesses and on Wendy Williams' dime. This is the thing. This is what is getting me. Even though Wendy Williams agreed to all this, I think at some point someone should step in and say, you know what? You paid for her childbirth with Wendy's money. You bought the house with Wendy's money. All these things you did during your marriage, and you got a nerve to still want her to fund your life afterward. I really hope and pray that they go back into court and they have a good fight, and they say, you know what? Enough is enough. We're not going to give you any more money, We're not going to pay your insurance. You're not going to get this. You're not going to get that. It's over. Because if you remember, you guys, he also tried to get her to pay child support for Kelvin Jr. when Kelvin Jr. was already out of the house and in college. So that should have let everybody know that this man was the biggest gold digger of them all. So I really hope that Wendy Williams bounced back. It would be good and great to hear her voice. I am a Wendy Williams fan. I've always liked her. Some of the things that she did, I did not like and I did not agree with, but I have always liked Wendy Williams, okay? And I would love to meet her. They say one of the people that you want to meet alive, she would be one of those people that I would want to meet. You know what I'm saying? I really like her. And a lot of us bloggers, you guys have to be careful putting a narrative out there. You have no clue. You don't know Wendy Williams personally. A lot of people are saying, oh, Wendy Williams is doing this and she's faking it and she's playing Sharina and she's playing Kelvin. You got to be careful, because if somebody hear that, they can use that in court. So if you don't know, don't make up stuff just to get clicks. You guys be careful with that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Because Wendy Williams is really sick. She's really ill. I don't believe that she's faking her illness. I believe that she's really ill, because if you look at her What a Mess movie, you can see how swollen her legs are. You can see that her eyes are really bulging from the graves. Okay, so you guys stop making up stuff to me. Oh, she playing Kelvin really good. She's playing Sharina really well. That lady is trying to fight for her life and get well, and hopefully there's a cure for these illnesses that she's facing. So be careful your narrative that you're putting out there. Everybody has a right to say what they want to say, but I'm just saying be careful, because if somebody hear your story and you're a really large, you have a really large platform, they can use that, against Wendy Williams and cause Kelvin to win, because they're thinking maybe this woman without you saying that you know her. So we have to all be careful with the things that we're saying, okay? So with that being said, I know I was going to close out, but I just had more to say. I'm just really sad for her right now. I feel really bad for her. And again, a lot of people are like, well, she talked mess about everybody else, but you got to understand that is her job. That is a job that she has, just like people hate, bounty hunters when people pay for their bail and they don't come back. The family wants to fight the bounty hunter, but they're doing their job. Your family member, your loved one didn't show up to court when they were supposed to. So their job is to go out and get that person. So you cannot hate a person that's doing their job. That was her job. That's what she started off doing. And as time went on, she got better and better at it. But like I said, we don't know what happened when those cameras went off. We don't have a clue. So we can't sit there and say, oh, she gloated. She might have smiled on TV, laughed, kiki, and ha-ha, but we don't know when that camera went off. We don't know. Wendy Williams probably felt really bad and was like, man, that was a hard story. We don't know what her mindset was. All we saw was lights, camera, action, rolling. Like I said on the other story, people, when they turn them cameras on, it could be funny games and everything else under the sun. And when those cameras go off, it's a whole different story. They have videos on YouTube where people forgot to turn their cameras off and they thought that they signed out, and you saw different activities once the cameras were off. You had people doing inappropriate things. You had people literally arguing and showing what's really going on behind the scenes. So we don't know. We have to be careful. We really don't know, you guys. You get what I'm saying? So y'all be careful. Be careful. Make sure you do your research. Make sure that you know what you're talking about, because you don't want, as a big platform, for them to say, oh yeah, she said that Wendy Williams was faking her, illnesses, and this is a way to get out of paying for, Kevin Hunter and, taking care of her obligations. You don't want that kind of thing, because your video may have gotten 1 million views. Now here it is, Wendy Williams has to pay for something that you blurred out of your mouth, and you have not a clue who she is. You know who she is, but you don't even have a relationship with her. So y'all, please, please, please be careful with your blogging. Please be careful, And another thing I want to touch on really quick is, if somebody else has a difference of an opinion when they do a video, don't get mad at them. Just listen. It's just content, and I'm not getting upset with the people that are saying things about Wendy Williams. I'm just saying we have to be careful, because we don't want to put something out there that could potentially harm someone. She's going through enough as it is already. But I'm going to go ahead this time for show, and I'm going to go ahead and end this live. And I will talk to you guys another day. You guys all be blessed. And stay positive, because why? You're all beautiful. And with that being said, this is Together We Break Chains Production. And as April Shaw would say, and I'm out.